right, so we are live. I cannot really tell. I haven't done one of these in so long. It is not saying, or rather, it probably is, but I'm not sure. All messages are visible. How all this works? There's 7 of those that day. The thing, so I feel fine. The energy out of me, more so than I really realized. You guys for a little while. So folks do. The thing is that I made some videos like this, just talking to the webcam here when I got the channel off the ground last winter, but that was like 5 months ago. Whoa. And most of the people that are subscribed to the channel now weren't here for those. And I want to have some like sort of current presence on here just so people can really know it's like my channel and stuff. Let's see, things that we can't talk about on here. By now, everybody knows the rules for how certain sites on the internet works. But that's what we got the chat group for on Telegram. Look up the Tractor Hoarders group chat. It is lit. It is the place to be. If you're not in the Tractor Hoarders group chat, you are missing out. So, yeah, we got that. Aaron just linked the live stream to Telegram. Thank you, Aaron. Stretch for connection. You're rebooting. You don't have enough bandwidth for this. Some things never change, man. Our internet, praise Yahweh, has been very reliable, but I will be honest with you guys, it is not the fastest thing in the entire universe. It'll play YouTube videos and stuff, but that's really kind of asking a lot of it. And I think the issue is that it's Friday, and I'm guessing probably a lot of people aren't really doing much. They're probably on the internet. So let's see here. Yeah, this should be fun. I have no idea how long I'm going to stream for. I had a sore throat for a while, but I'm feeling pretty good now. So I guess as long as things hold out, let's see what we got here. I'm not going to answer any questions that are like, stuff. Hey, Peter's on here. Yo, Peter Zila. Yeah, so I started working out again recently for the first time since high school, and I've been trying to convince Pete to consume some protein powder, some of that whey powder, WHEY. So I got him going on it a little bit. That Telegram group is amazing. I'm so and so on that too. Excellent. Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, definitely. Let's see. How many old tractors do I have? One. So, yeah, I talked about that a little bit before. Having a backyard full of pretty much all dysfunctional farm equipment was fine for generating video content. In fact, it was actually pretty much great for generating video content. But after I got away from that, I'm like, what am I actually going to do with these stupid things? And yeah, I got rid of pretty much all of them. And actually, the one old tractor that I do have, I bought after that point. So I don't think it's ever been on YouTube. Let's see, what am I making new videos again? Well, I'd like to, but the thing is, I've got, hard drives with like literally thousands of videos on them. The old channel peaked at, I want to say, don't quote me on this, I want to say like 21 or 2200 videos. And I want to sort through all those and get the ones that are worth reposting up here again, before I start making new ones, because producing even a simple new video requires the same amount of time and energy as, re-editing and reposting literally like 8 or 10 of the older ones that I already have. So it's kind of hard to, yeah, it's kind of hard to compete-ify. Dogs wrestling with each other. Play nice, you stupid dogs. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Do I still have the Mahindra? I do have the Mahindra. And actually, amazingly, the factory battery, they say factory, I think they put it in here in the United States, but the battery in it, the original one, just finally died in like April or something. So I was out there, and as cold as it gets around here, putting in a new battery. But it's actually been a pretty good tractor. Those things generally, I say all the time, farm equipment just isn't built to any type of standard that would be even remotely acceptable to the automotive world or the world of power tools. One of the main issues with those Mahindras is, at least on the family of them that I have, and they might have fixed this by now, I don't know, but the gauges, like the temperature gauge specifically, just doesn't work at all. There's no fix. They just don't work. That's all there is to it. And so we finally went and added an aftermarket like external temperature gauge, and yeah, surprisingly, yeah, praise Yahweh, it's actually been, been a good tractor. We really haven't had any issues with it other than the initial stuff that didn't work. I mean, you'd never hear about Honda or Toyota or even like Ford or Chrysler marketing a car where some of the gauges just don't work. I mean, that doesn't in the world of farm equipment, things like that, that's normal. That's just how it is. But we got it going, and it's actually been a pretty good machine. Jared says, hey, from Australia. Hello from the United States. Okay, someone asked, what is the link on Telegram to the tractors? So it's a group, it's a publicly findable group, like a publicly available group. Just get on there and search Tractor Hoarders Group Chat. Tractor Hoarders Group Chat. I'm going to see what is going on in here right now. Oh, 3 people are typing. Whoa, this place is lit tonight. Well, I don't really see anything on here that I can read on YouTube. Yeah, it's fun, man. Uh, okay, yeah. Now there's people on here. There's 17 people online right now, and it is fun on here. Yeah, there's Aaron's link. Woohoo, fun times. All right, let's see. I'm gonna. Whoa, no, I don't want that. What is really going on here? For millennial, I am not especially good with controlling cell phones and computers and stuff. All right, let's see. Is the weather dog still accurate? Weather dog, Lucky is still accurate. And he's actually still alive, which is amazing because we adopted him in like 2010, I think, 2009 maybe. To be fair, he was really young at that time, and now he's like super old. He's got gray fur and stuff, but he's alive. He's still going. I did not think he was going to make it through the winter, but somehow he did. He's a tough old dog. Yeah. Aaron says, to paraphrase, you really want to get the Telegram app actually like from the Telegram site, not the App Store one, which is correct. But you can deal with that later. If you don't have the app, just get whichever version pops up, when you search Telegram. But yeah, if you download it from their website, then there's not like censored content, which is real nice. Yeah, someone actually found the formal Telegram link to the Tractor Hoarders group chat. All right, let's see. Do you still have any of your old Ford tractors? No. So let's see. Let me see what else is on here. I love Lucky. He's awesome. Yeah, he's a good boy. Okay, so what became of the Ford tractor, that 820, is I tried to sell the thing, but obviously it doesn't have a PTO or a 3-point hitch because it was like the base of a backhoe. And not many people want to buy a tractor that doesn't have a power takeoff or a 3-point hitch. So that did not pan out at all. Ultimately, what I did with that is I realized the wheels on it were worth more than the rest of the machine. So I took those off, and then I was actually contacted by a guy who had a Ford Jubilee, like one tractor generation older than that thing, because it was like an 820 or an 821 or whatever. The guy had one generation prior, and it was an old machine. It was not restored. It was like original condition, and he used it hard. He did a bunch of homesteading stuff. And one day, I think it threw rod or something, something major. It had some kind of catastrophic engine failure. And he actually bought the engine out of the Ford 820 because that was like the one good part that was on it. And what's interesting is, I think Mechanic Steve was with me the day we split that. Somebody was with me when we actually separated it for the guy, and there was a shaft in the transmission, like about a 2 or 2.5 inch solid steel shaft, and it broke, like split. I don't even know if it's possible, but it split while we were splitting the tractor. And I did ask Mechanic Steve about it. I can't remember if he was there that day, but I asked him about it and I showed him. I was like, can you believe this thing just split? We barely even touch it. And he's like, yeah, dude, that has definitely been shock loaded. And it's probably for the best you're parting this thing out, because if you keep it, you're probably going to have a lot of things, in the rear end do that. So the lesson we learned with that is don't buy old tractors that have been backhoes, because that's an insane amount of weight and force that they're not really designed for. And to be fair, that one had a hard life. That one had really been like romped and pulled on stuff. But anyway, yeah, sold it to a super nice guy, California refugee, just moved to Texas. And yeah, super nice guy. I love any kind of Craigslist sale or marketplace, whatever that one was, where the person actually knows what it is they're buying. And that guy knew exactly. He's like, this is this model tractor, mine's that model. The differences are that, and the other thing. He was all excited about it. The engine out of mine, it's like, I don't know, 5 or 10 horsepower more than the engine out of his, but it'll still bolt up. So he was real excited about that. He was real thrilled because that's an upgrade for him and it got him going again. So yeah, and that was like the best possible end for that tractor as well. Let's see. Do. Do you have plans to get an Oliver? Just curious. Yes, I would love to have an Oliver tractor one day. But it's kind of now that I'm trying to make things at least pencil out farming. It's like how many old tractors do I really need? And the Zedder I have, and yes, I still have it. That's like 77 horsepower or 81 or something. So kind of, I got my 70 something horsepower tractor. I got the Mahindra, which is like 45. So the problem is a lot of the old tractors, like your Oliver 880s or something, Oliver 77, something like that. They're all in that 30 to 50 horsepower range, and I don't really need anything else that size. So on the odd chance I ever go back to doing a bunch of mechanics videos or whatever, then maybe. But I know a guy who has a really nice Alice Chalmers B. It's pretty original, and he just got a bigger tractor. He got like a 4-cylinder diesel John Deere. I think it's like a 70s one or something. And I was thinking about like, man, maybe I should buy his little Alice Chalmers off him because I always liked that series of tractor, but it's tiny, it's like 17 horsepower or something. If I buy this thing, I have to find a way to get it under shelter somehow. Probably gonna have to build a little shed for it. That's gonna cost me some money. And I don't actually have a this thing at all. So no. I got a lot better about not buying a bunch of junk. I have no idea why I bought all that stuff. I could have made the videos with like half the tractors and half the yard full of equipment that I had at one point. I think I was like 12 or 13 tractors tops. What was I thinking at dragging home all of that crap? That I did not make some I did not make some intelligent decisions doing that. All right, let's see. Hey, we have a new friend in the Telegram chat. Welcome. Will you be uploading the video where you put the air horn on the dump truck? That was a funny video. That was a funny video. Yeah, that should be in the lineup somewhere. That might actually be on the channel now because I've got it one dump truck video that's not posted yet because obviously I post them like a bunch at a time. Uh, but yeah, nothing against that video. It might be up there already. I don't know, but otherwise, when that one comes up in the rotation, yeah, I'll put it up there. Let's see. Have you messed with pole sticks since that old video? No. One thing I learned after I stopped chilling metalworking equipment, I pretty much just went back to stick welding everything, like conventional stick welding, because it's just easy, and it works, and there's not really a reason not to. I like chilling all that stuff, all the equipment, but it's just there's not a lot you can't do with a good stick welder, and if you really want to get crazy, a wire feed machine. So I feel like everything just kind of went back to being normal and simple after that. I don't really mess with high tech stuff now. Let's see. Yeah, I could get an Oliver 1750 or something around that size. Yeah, yeah, I could. If I need a larger tractor like that, I definitely consider one. I like Oliver stuff a lot. I've been around it some. I had a family friend back in the day who was huge on Oliver equipment. It's really good equipment. It's just kind of one of those deals where the thing about me is I'm not very brand loyal. I don't care for Alice Chalmers stuff, as you guys know, but that's really the only one. I'll buy any mainline brand other than Alice Chalmers stuff, and it's all like kind of about the same level to me. I'm not really that brand loyal. So if I need a tractor that size for something, then I definitely consider an Oliver. I'd be pretty happy to get one. One thing I learned is that farming hay, especially if you don't own the ground, and probably like half the time if you do, it's just not worth doing tillage and planting on. I grew a bunch of triticale, and it was okay, but the problem is you're really against the weather because you got like a 1 week window where it goes from premium quality feed to straw. And the other unforeseen issue I had is that nobody really plants any sort of crop to turn into hay. They can't be bothered to be that professional with it, to put it bluntly. So basically, unless it's just random pasture grass, nobody knows what the heck you're baling. Nobody's ever heard of triticale before. It's really hard to sell. Yeah, and then obviously with diesel fuel over $5 a gallon, I'm not going to be out there disking up people's land. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. It's just I learned it's a huge investment for a questionable return, and there's a lot that can go wrong, and it's a lot of work. It's better financially, assuming you're selling hay. I mean, obviously, if I was a dairy farmer or something and I was growing my own crop, then obviously that'd be a lot different. But as long as you're selling hay, in my experience, it just doesn't pay to do anything other than just bale whatever's out there and hope for the best. I mean, if it sucks, sell it cheap. If it's good stuff, then obviously it's a more premium product, and that's good. But valuing time and fuel and everything, it does not pay at all to tear all that stuff up and plant. Which is a bummer for me because I like to, at least in theory, try to do things as well as possible. So, when I have a piece of ground, I want to make that investment. I want to make it better. I want to grow a better quality crop, but people won't pay for it, and it's just a black hole you shovel money into. So we don't do that anymore. All right, let's see. Now this is actually some tea right now because I do not want to overdo my voice. Getting over that thing which cannot be named. Do you still have the Model A? No, I do not have the Model A John Deere. Mechanic Steve and I tried really hard to get that thing going on at least two separate occasions. It was being all belligerent. It had a bunch of starter issues, which doesn't sound like that big of a concern, but it uses a weird starter that someone else put on there, I think, because we ordered a starter refurb, like a starter rebuild kit for that tractor, and a bunch of the parts were different. It's like, couldn't get the thing going. It was a solid tractor, but it was a solid tractor that needed a lot of work. And with my bazillion and 12 projects, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let somebody else screw with this thing. I like two-cylinder John Deere's a lot. I think they're cool machines. But here's the thing about them. They're different than like every other tractor design out there. So you really, really have to know what you're looking at and how they're built and how they're designed. And I just plain and simple don't. And obviously I could learn, but that's more of a skill set than I really want to take on for an 11th tractor that I don't really need. So yeah, I sold that one. All right, let's see. Honest opinion, new HTP Invertig 221 or old Lincoln Precision TIG 325. Honestly, I don't really have an opinion. That's kind of an apples to oranges question because the Precision TIG, if memory serves, that's their transformer-based line of machines. I'll tell you, the Invertig 221 is a great machine. I still own mine. I sold a lot of equipment that I shilled, but I actually kept almost all of my HTP stuff and a lot of the Fronius stuff. My 221's been flawless. As far as inverter machines go, that's an awesome unit. But I've been out of the welding world for long enough at this point. I have no idea what's on the market. I don't know what it compares to. I'll say though, honestly, with society falling apart, just get something that's going to last. Like a new Invertig should be fine. Transformer of like any sort might be better, just obviously because it's a transformer based machine. But yeah, just something, my advice at this point is don't buy cheap stuff because, your Chinese ACDC TIG welder might run for 2 or 3 years, which that was kind of the selling point when I was shilling these. Like you buy the thing now, you use it for a couple years, and then you sell it like when your business takes off or whatever, you buy something else. But at this point, things keep falling apart. If the thing dies in 2 or 3 years, you really might be up a creek without a paddle. I would prioritize things that are simple and reliable and just work over things that are newer or things that are, cheaper, definitely. But anyway, yeah, long story short, Invertig 221, good to go. Precision TIG, yeah, those. I'm not big on American-made welding equipment, but yeah, the old transformer stuff is pretty solid. Let's see. Hey everyone, re-upload the V8 tractor. I actually did re-upload the V8 tractor build. I like condensed 20 videos into one. That's somewhere on the channel. If you want to find that, I would search from the highest, like the most viewed videos on the channel, because that's like I think in the top 10 or something. Do you still use the Fronius welders? I do. The Fronius, the little stick machine, I think they call it the Trans Pocket. The original one that Fronius Chris and I made a shill vid about in like 2016. I still have that. It's right out there, and it's been flawless. Those are really good machines. All right, let's see. After 10 years, I actually had a chance to see you. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad I could help out. Happy welding, Zach. All right, let's see. I bought a Lincoln Handy Make seems to wire. Feed will surge easily. Okay, so I'm assuming when he says the wire feed surges easily, that means it's feeding. It just like feeds too much. It's tough to say. Assuming everything's right with the machine, that's usually a ground issue with the workpiece. Like if the arc can't ground correctly, then the wire just it feels like it's surging because it can't melt. But start with the simple stuff. Definitely contact tip first. That's the first thing I always change. Those will cause like every wire feed problem known to man and several known to monkey. I mean, just the most random stuff you can fix changing a tip sometimes. But if it's an older machine, it probably needs a new liner. Those get crapped up, like the liner that runs through the MIG gun. Those get crapped up. There's like oil that comes off a lot of the cheaper MIG wire, especially rust particles. Yeah, once that stuff gets in there, that'll cause all kinds of feeding issues. So when in doubt, new contact tip. If that doesn't do it, throw a new liner in there. Last time I bought one, it's only like 30 bucks, man. It's probably 11 billion nowadays. I don't know. Do. Don't buy cheap stuff. Yeah, but I have an addiction to Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, I gotta hand it to them. Since about 2017, they got a lot better. Yeah, they actually have a lot of tools that don't suck now. I bought a small number of Icon tools because I pretty much have everything I need now. But I really like the Icon stuff. I've been very happy with everything I bought from there. The thing about cheap tools, man, I'll buy them, but I'll buy them on the understanding that I'm buying this to do this one job. Okay, that's what my 29.99 buys me. Okay, if I get one job out of it, I'm happy. If I get more than that, great. But yeah, that's I'll buy them if it's for like one thing, or if I'm just like super hard up for money or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, some hazard fraught is good stuff. Honestly, I don't think Harbor Freight has much that's bad stuff. They only have two kinds of products. They have ones that are actually pretty decent and other ones that are decent for the price. Yeah, it might not be that good, but it's 30 bucks or whatever. You get for your one task with it. Magic Smother. New Invertigs, the same price. Oh yeah. I don't know, man. HTP stuff, as far as inverters go, like I know a lot of the cheap inverters, like the off-brand stuff, the Chinesium stuff. If you get 5 years out of one of those, you're doing extremely well. But the HTP stuff, their inverters last. I mean, I'd say at least as well, if not better, than about any other inverter on the market. The Invertig 221. I don't know if Pete's still listening, but I don't know. I'm 90% certain I remember him saying those were introduced like quite a while ago, like 2012 or 2009 or something. And a lot of the originals are still out there, which for an inverter based machine is actually pretty phenomenal. The Precision TIG will probably outlive it, but on the other hand, that's probably new enough. It has a bunch of computer boards not in it, and so they kind of both have that. You don't really know what you're going to get. You probably can't go wrong with either, especially if the Invertig is new. Um, yeah, I might be inclined to go more the Invertig route. Sounds like I'm shilling, but I'm not. I haven't advertised for HTP in like 3 or 4 years or something. If you can get if you can get the Invertig new for the same price the Precision TIG used, I'd probably just get the Invertig. I'll buy used stuff. Obviously, most of the farm equipment I have now, for example, is used, but there has to be a substantial price incentive to buying used equipment. I mean, if I can get something new for the same about, even if it's not apples to apples, I'll still go with the new. Let's see. Another guy likes the HTPs. Yeah. YouTube won't allow clicking on the links. That's funny. Let's see. I assumed you moved to larger acreage. I do own more land now than previously, but not that much else has changed. Let's see. Not that much else has changed. Let's see. Yeah, you found the video. Woohoo! Awesome. Wire won't come out for half a second. Yeah, it could be a tension issue. Back to the machine with the surging problem. It could be. If the tension's too tight, I don't know. Wire feed stuff, it's kind of tricky, whereas sometimes it just kind of has a mind of its own, and you pretty much just have to sit there and dick with it until it works right. I know that's probably not the answer anybody's looking for, but that really has been my experience. Yeah, I mean, definitely try for the tension. It sounds to me like it's probably too loose and it's just grabbing sometimes, so it feels like the wire's just surging sometimes. I would actually try the opposite. I'd try to tighten it up. But let's see. I just got done totally rebuilding a Ford 641 with a 703 letter. Ooh, cool. Those are neat old tractors. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, did I repost the video of how to find a vehicle short or ground issue? I don't think I actually did repost that one. That's probably still on the hard drive waiting to be uploaded. So that was with a tool that's magnetic. It can detect electromagnetic waves or however it works. It's just called a short finder. It looks kind of like a stud finder, those things people use, like you wave it over the wall to see where the 2x4 runs through on the other side. It looks like that, and mine was not expensive. I think it was like 30, 40 bucks or something. I would just go online and search, electronic short finder. Yeah, you pretty much just wave that over the wires and then it works. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Nice hat, got one just like. Excellent. Ah, fun stuff. Hey, farming's going great. Thanks for asking, everybody. Do do do. Yeah. Do I still have the X-frame wrenches? I do not. A couple of those, the quality control on, um, it was like there was a burr on the inside of them or something. I didn't really want to deal with them. I actually sold those to an SK tool collector, and I bought some Tectons, which are different and cheaper, but I've been really happy with them. Let's see. Yeah, some cheap stuff is good. Are there any older videos you can't upload? Not so much can't, but there's a lot of them that I'm not going to because they're just like blatant shill vids. Those paid the bills for a while, for actually like years, but I don't think they really add much of value to the internet, and there's a lot of them. So I'm trying to focus on the videos that actually create some value for you guys. Like, I know a lot of folks watch the shill vids who weren't necessarily interested in the product, which I appreciate. And one of the main reasons they watch it is so they can follow everything that's going on, in the market for tools or whatever. But obviously, those videos are like 5 years old at this point, so it's not even current data anyway, bug. And so, yeah, a lot of those I probably will not uploadify. Do. No, BSX gear is pretty good. Yeah, honestly, people ask me about this sometimes. A lot of the stuff I shilled was perfectly fine. It's not that okay, in a lot of cases I did, but in a lot of cases I didn't. In a lot of cases I didn't go straight into just shilling stuff that, like, just for the sake of shilling. A lot of the relationships that I had with manufacturers and companies I gained because I'd actually bought something from theirs and then genuinely liked it and then made a video about that and put it on the site. And then they found the video and were like, hey, if we send this guy stuff, he'll make us more videos like this. So yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff was good. BSX gear is great. What's funny is I stopped chilling for them in, like, I don't know, 2017 or 2018. I still have brand new, welding gloves and jackets and stuff. I'm still going through them. Yeah, BSX stuff was good. I started buying that when I was in welding school. I always liked it. Yeah, that stuff was good. The Fronius stuff is great. HDP stuff is good. Hypertherm stuff, awesome. Really the only things that weren't that great was some of the Chinese stuff, but I mean, obviously you guys knew the whole point of those things is they're cheap. So it's not the world's greatest, whatever kind of machine, but it is the greatest one you can get for $1,200 or whatever. So I tried to be pretty transparent. Yeah, I really tried not to just be shilling stuff that, like, I've never even seen this before. I don't even like this thing. Bah! I didn't want it to be like that. No. Let's see. Did I ever hear Fireball Tools Fabrication Squares? Yeah, I'm vaguely aware, but I don't really watch. I have not watched any welding stuff in so long. Like, I don't even remember the last time I sat down and watched welding stuff on YouTube. It's not that I have anything against any of the people that make it. It's just that after making welding videos for like 11 years, I pretty much just don't care. So I was talking to one of my friends from back in the day, and he's like, "Yeah, there's this huge welding event. Are you going to be there?" And I'm like, "Oh, what now? No, I didn't hear anything about that." "Yeah, it's in the city. There's like all the big YouTubers are going to be there." I'm like, "Literally who?" And he's telling me, he's like, "This channel's going to be there," and that channel. He's all excited. I'm like, I mean, I've never heard of any of these people in my entire life. So, like, yeah, I am. Yeah, not following the welding world at all. Dan says, as a beginner, I've learned a lot from your welding videos. Thank you. You're welcome, Dan. Happy welding adventures. So, yeah, fun stuff. Any plans to create new recurrent content? Yeah, I'd like to, but like I said, it takes like 10 times the time and energy and everything else to actually create new content versus just going through and getting the older stuff on here. So yeah, probably won't happen until all the other videos are on here, and there's like 2,200 of them or something. I think we have 200 or 300 on the site right now. So yeah, I kind of got to go through all of that. It's going to be a while, if ever. But yeah, I mean, it would be kind of fun. Let's see. Am I going to sail the SV Seeker anytime? No, man, I don't really travel all that much. That's actually interesting. I looked on his site, I don't know, months ago when I found the SV Seeker video I did back in the day. It looks like they actually got the thing in the water or close to it. I was going to follow up with that later, but man, I hope it worked out. I want to see it float just despite all the haters. Because I remember hanging out with Doug, and man, it's like for a while, pretty much every video he posts, we're like, "This stupid boat's gonna sink the first time it's here." At least like everybody's fast, and I'm like, man, what? I'm glad you guys aren't like that. There's some toxic people on the internet, and they mercilessly bullied Doug and his boat, and everyone who worked on it and stuff. It's like, so anyway, I want to see Doug actually float the thing, just despite everybody who said it would never happen, pretty much. Yeah, so let's see. All righty, guys, I'll hang out with you for a little while. But unfortunately, I feel my voice is starting to strain a little bit. I've been talking for 34 and a half minutes, pretty much nonstop. And yeah, and obviously getting over something that's not the easiest thing in the world. Plus, I haven't been drinking enough of my tea. What up, TJ? All right. Yeah, so I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is managing to keep their respective operations at least somewhat functional through the general dysfunctionality out there in the world. Oh, wait, he's working on it. It's in the river now. It's actually happening. All right, I got to look at this. I got to look at this. We're going to open a new tab here. I hope this doesn't mess with anything. One thing YouTube never really fixed. Hey, I see myself, and I'm drinking tea in the. Okay, yeah, that's not a good picture of me, but whatever. SV Seeker. Yeah, one thing that never really got better on YouTube is they. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. Kerr Lake with excellent outcomes. Good. Yeah, they never really got better about actually telling you when you're. Dang, I have a lot of tabs open. What am I even doing right now? Yeah, there you go. YouTube never really got better about telling you when people you're subscribed to actually post content, which is a little bit of a bummer. Um, but yeah, all right. Let's see. We're gonna look at SV Seeker. I'm not functional enough to actually. Wow, look at that. 2 weeks ago. All right.
Welcome to Sailing Vessel Seeker and
Yeah,
Kerr
I don't know
Lake.
if you guys
Over
can
there
hear
is
this. You can
Applegate
probably hear
Cove
it.
Marina.
Yeah, go Doug.
Wish there was a way to know just how far.
The absolute madman. He actually did it.
Main propulsion, even after we tried fixing.
Oh, yeah.
Stand by.
Dang,
Oh,
this
I
was
didn't.
posted 2 weeks ago. I just missed that by a little bit from when I was on there. Wow, good for you, Doug. Get it done. Yeah. Deal with it, haters. He actually did it. I wonder where my SB Seeker hat is. I don't know. I don't know. I got stuff everywhere. Yeah, get it done, Doug. All right. Hey, that's good. Good for them. Good for them. All right. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so one advantage of the Telegram group, Tractor Hoarders group chat, you should join it. One advantage of that is normally, sometimes I forget, but a lot of the time I post, new videos on there, and then everybody that's in the group actually sees when stuff gets posted. And that's not how it is on YouTube a little bit. Any future wake up vids, not planning any. Everything we do politically and otherwise is, in the group. That's our main discussion now. We got a real nice community there, about 500 like-minded people. So yeah, like, even if you're not big on other apps and stuff, that's definitely worth looking for. Woo! All right, let's see. Yeah, all right. Hey, brother from New Zealand. Hello from the United States. All right. Well, unfortunately, guys, my voice is starting to go a little bit. I can feel it being a little strained, and I do not want to overdoify it because, like I said, I'm still getting over that a little bit. But still, almost 40 minutes hanging out here. I'm happy with that. Bill says, what group is that? Tractor Hoarders group chat on Telegram. And I hope to see you bad lads there. And I hope this live stream finds everybody well. Thanks for watching, guys. Yes, I want. Why else would I click that? End.